What's going on, guys? Grover here at the Terrible Gaming Bros, and I know it's been a little while, but we're finally getting it done. Our 1,000 subscriber Q&A. So before we get to the questions again, thank you guys so much for all the support we've gotten over the last few months. And I think right now we're sitting at just over 1,150 subscribers, which is awesome. So I thank you guys for that. I promised you guys a Q&A. Here it is, based on the questions that you guys asked me from the previous video. We've got 15 of them, so hope you guys enjoy. Here we go. Alright, and question number one is coming in from Richard Paneras, who says, who inspired you to do YouTube? Now, Battleflag and I, we both started this YouTube channel and streaming idea concept kind of the end of 2013. It became a reality kind of end of 2014, and one of our biggest inspirations for a channel, I would say, is Game Grumps. And if you guys have or haven't seen Game Grumps, basically they do Let's Plays with hilarious commentary. And if you go back to the beginning videos of our channel, that was really kind of what our inspiration was coming from. Game Grumps, watch them all the time, so I would say that was kind of our number one inspiration to get into YouTubing. And obviously we've changed a little bit since then, but yeah, they're our favorite. All right, and next up, guys, we got a question coming in from Daughters of Warrior, and she's got a multiple one. She said feel free to pick one, but you know what, we're gonna answer them all. What got you into gaming? I think Christmas when I was 5. It was about 100 years ago. My brother and I were given an NES, and it came with Duck Hunt and Mario Bros. And that was kind of the beginning of it for us, was playing Duck Hunt. God, that stupid dog. Oh, get angry just thinking about it. And Mario Bros. That was really the beginning. 5 years old, and then it just kind of took off from there. What's my favorite genre of video game to play and why? I would say my favorite genre, it used to be RPGs growing up. That was kind of my big thing, RPGs. But I think really now the action adventure games like your Last of Us, your Batmans, Shadow of Mordor, and especially like the new ones, Witcher. I mean, although Witcher's kind of an RPG, but it's like an action adventure. Mad Max, all those, Metal Gear Solid. Those are kind of, that style of game is really what interests me a lot these days. Can you post more pics of the Terrible Gaming Puppy? Yes, we're actually going to do a Terrible Gaming Puppy vlog very soon. And do I have any mini terribles? Luckily, it's just me and the pup. Alright, next up we got a question from Gamer Raider. It says, what is your favorite game series and why is it your favorite? Well, there's been lots of good game series, I would say, like Mario, things like that, but for me, the one series that I've really enjoyed over the years is the Final Fantasy series. And why do I like it? I've always been a big fan of getting lost in the story of a game, and obviously Final Fantasies, the RPGs, very easy to get lost in the characters, the plot, the story. And yeah, I've enjoyed Final Fantasy games ever since Final Fantasy 3, which is 6 technically, but since then I've loved them all. Alright, next up we got a question coming in from Anthony Zayden. A little bit left field here. Would you rather have the super ability to fly 20 miles per hour or run like the Flash? I'd fly. I think flying would be cool. And 20 miles an hour, it's just like, you know what? I'll get there when I get there. I think it'd be cool just to, you know, fly over the sky. Running like the Flash, that just means everyone expects me to be there really quick, and I don't want that. Alright, next up, we got a question here from Parker Ritchie. Will you hug the lamp behind you? Why would I have a lamp? Looks like it's just you and me. Nobody else. You're so pretty. You're so pretty lamp. You're pretty. Alright, next up we got a question coming in from Brett Martin, who says, I don't know, like, what's your favorite TV show? Well, for me, it's kind of, oh my god, Terrible Gaming Puppy. Look at her, she's doing the downward dog, and she's down. Anyways, favorite TV show, I would say it's a tie between two shows, kind of on both ends of the spectrum. I love Archer. For those of you guys that have never watched Archer, watch Archer. It's amazing. And Game of Thrones. I've been a huge fan of Game of Thrones since it first came out, and I obsess over it. Plain and simple. Game of Thrones is amazing. Please bring Jon Snow back. Spoilers. Alright, here we have a novel written by Jofu Gaming. Hashtag fuck Jofu. He says, question number one, what is your favorite characteristic about Jofu? Well, Nothing really comes off the top of my head that's really that exciting about him. If Jofu was a flavor, what amazing flavor would he be? Salty. Definitely salty. What is your favorite TGB video that features Jofu in it? There's probably several videos that I've killed Jofu or Jofu has died. For those of you that know, watched when Ark Survival of the Fittest first came out, Jofu was really good at dying really fast. And how do you feel about being America's hat? How do you feel about being Canada's pants? And Notice Me Senpai. Say my name, shout out. I'll unsub if you don't. We got a question coming in now from Anarchy911. If you had to pick one, what would it be, pie or cake? Now, there's lots of different kinds of each, but growing up, my grandma made such amazing pies. Apple, blueberry, Saskatoon berry, apple. Pies are just, oh. Pie. Alright, now we got a question coming in from Gavin Bobbish. Do you sniff strawberries? I can't believe I'm about to do this. Alright, we got a question from Amir1400M. I guess there was no question 1. Question 2, how old are you? I am 30. 30 years old. And on a scale of 1 to 10, how cool would you say you are? Well, to quote one of my favorite movies, this is Spinal Tap, 11. Definitely an 11. Alright, we got a question now from Bai Zenon, who says, what is your goal in YouTube? And right now, obviously, YouTube, it's a hobby I enjoy, and Battleflag enjoy doing lots of entertainment for you guys. What the goal is to be able to continue to output great content that you guys are going to want to watch and see, and grow community with you guys, and yeah, just entertain and hope that what we do you guys like. That's our goal, just to, you know, be awesome for you guys. Alright, coming up next, we got a question from Blind Bandit Deadly Ghoul, who says, if you were to make a video game, what would it be about, and what would it look like? What would I make a game about? I don't even know. That's a good question. I've never really thought about making a video game. I think I would probably make some kind of first-person shooter. I know first-person shooters, everyone has it. But what would it look like? It would look like probably like an old-school original Doom style game, but whether I would use... I mean, there would be so many copyrights in here, but I would use characters from like cartoons or TV shows that I hated, where you could just run around and blow them up, and it would be like the greatest. Or I would make a better version of NHL 15. I mean, come on, EA, really? Alright, we've got a question coming in here from Ender Demon, who says, do you plan on doing YouTube for a long time? And to be perfectly honest, as long as you guys are enjoying the content, and as long as we got people out there that want to see what the Terrible Gaming Bros are doing, there will be content for you guys. Absolutely. And next up, we get a question from The Rampage, who says, did you play an instrument in school? I played the piano. Alright guys, and last but certainly not least, we got a question coming in from Randall Loopy, who says, what are your top 5 favorite video games ever? That's a tough one. I could probably come up with a top 5 list every week and it'd be different, but if I had to think off the top of my head, my favorite game of all time, I would say, hands down, is Super Metroid. Love that game. Probably number 2 would be Chrono Trigger. There's gonna be a lot of Super Nintendo games on here. Number 3, you know what, I can't speak highly enough about Conker's Bad Fur Day for the N64. If you've ever played that game, or if you ever see a copy of it, get your hands on it. It's hilarious, and the multiplayer teddy bears versus squirrels, oh, so good. Throwing in a more recent game in there, The Last of Us. I did a playthrough of The Last of Us. like the end of last year and absolutely loved it. I thought the story was amazing. And I mean, because I said the Final Fantasy genre, or Final Fantasy as a whole is my favorite game family. My favorite Final Fantasy game I would put in at number 5 is Final Fantasy IX. I don't think it's the best one, but it's my favorite one. So yeah, Final Fantasy IX at number 5, The Last of Us at number 4, Conker's Bad Fur Day at number 3, and Chrono Trigger at number 2, and Super Metroid at number 1. So again, guys, that's going to wrap it up for the 1,000 subscriber Q&A. Again, thank you guys so much for all the support you've given. Hopefully you like some of the questions. And when we hit our next goal, we'll probably do another one as well. Or maybe we'll do one with Battle Flag now that he's back in the picture as well. But again, guys, thank you all so very, very, very much for the support. And if you check down below, we got social media. You can sub to the channel if you're new. Give the video a thumbs up if you're enjoying it. And yeah, you guys take care. Have a good night. We'll see you next time. Peace.